Hello everyone, what's good, what's poppin', welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Caroline, that's me. Today's video is a little bit different. It's not gonna be one of those, oh my god, install your lace in 1, 2, 3 steps, because no baby, this was not easy. Okay, this install was quite stressful. I literally had to fight this wig, and I made a lot of mistakes that could have been avoided. And at first I wasn't gonna post this video because I was like, dang, like there's no tutorial here, but I realized I can show you guys what to do when you mess up. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to fix your lace whenever you make some common mistakes that I feel like probably all of us do. But let's get right into the tutorial. So let's start from the beginning. Here's me, all happy, ready to show y'all this wig. Think it's going to be a very easy peasy, straightforward install, but nah, it never really is it? So I'm just showing you guys the wig that I received. It was a HD lace frontal from Asteria. It was 26 inches, water wave, 200% density. It was a great wig. Like, nothing was wrong with the wig. It was me. Okay, guys, I was having issues. Just was not my day. But I'm just showing you guys how it looked off, and it was so beautiful and perfect. Like, dang. So this is where my first blunder was. Normally in my tutorials, when I show you guys how to mix your bleach, I always say mix it in slowly, your developer, because the texture can get runny too fast. So it's also always great to mix in slow. And I just kind of poured it in there all confident, thinking, I'm a professional or whatever. And I poured it, and I did do my little spatula check where I flipped my brush over to see if it's runny. And it wasn't runny, but I could tell by the texture in hindsight that it was a little bit on the thinner side, but I thought it was gonna be just fine. So here's me applying my bleach. Not gonna lie, I also was applying the bleach very carelessly. Like, I usually like to take periodic checks and flip the wig over to make sure I'm not having the bleach bleed in. But I was out here just doing whatever, just not following my own tips. Like, this is why the tips are important. After letting the hair bleach and process, literally, I kid you guys, like, it hasn't been 10 minutes and you see how the hair was already bleeding everywhere. The bleach was all starting to like run into the hair, like as if it was going to bleach the whole hair. So I didn't let the knots lift to the shade that I like. So for those of you who want to start shouting in the comments, the knots are too orange. Look, I had bigger fish to fry. My wig was about to turn, my whole wig is going to turn orange. So I went ahead and stopped the bleaching process and washed the wig out. As you can see, the knots are way more than bleached, very over bleached, but that's fine, no biggie. I've over bleached my wigs. It happens to the best of us. Like, mistakes happen. So whenever I over bleach my knots, all I do is I like to get this little cheap box dye. This one is from what brand is this? Revlon, I believe. The box I'm showing you says blonde because this is I couldn't find the original box for the black one, but I used the soft black. And I don't like to mix the whole solution color in a little bit because just for the knots. So I always like to just pour a little bit into a little cup container and just mix that up and follow the instructions. To help me make sure when I'm applying the dye that I don't touch the lace, because getting black dye out of lace is so annoying. There's a hack for that as well, but I try to make sure I'm as careful as possible. So I use a little toothbrush like the one I'm showing you guys right here. This helps me be very precise. I kind of just like lightly tap my brush into there and take my time as I go through the hair and just, gently try to comb it on. Of course, I can't get it exactly on the knots because now I'm going to start risking, actually bleaching not bleaching my lace, but dyeing my lace black. So I try to get it as close as possible. It's not perfect, but honestly, at the end of the day, sometimes over bleached knots, if it's not too extreme, like earlier, kind of look good. It kind of helps give the illusion of like scalp. So here's how the hair was looking after I followed the instructions. I let the dye on for about 10 minutes and just washed it out, and you can see a lot better. And I was like, okay, great, no biggie, the show goes on. So here's me, plucking or whatever. And again, I wasn't following my tips. I was just out here doing whatever. I was just kind of in a rush, I guess. I don't know what was going through my head during this install. I guess nothing. Because now, if you keep watching it, you realize I start to overplug. Like, girl, I was going ham. And the hairline was already decently pre-plucked. But like I said, we all make mistakes. It happens to the best of us. So long story short, I ended up over plucking this hair, and it's really annoying too because since the knots were a little bit over bleached, having an over bleached and an over plucked hairline, ooh, girl, it's not gonna work. So here's how the wig was looking, and yikes, she's not cute, but it's okay, that's fine. we does this. There's a hack for everything. So this is me the next day trying to fix the problem. I went ahead whenever I like over bleed, like not whenever I over pluck, I just go ahead and cut off the bald spots because lucky for me, this hair did have an ample amount of lace. And yes, you can cut where you have bald spots. Sure, you're gonna have like less parting space because you're cutting the lace, but girl, do a half up, half down. There's different styles, or just do a middle part if you cut way too much lace. Like you can finesse a good middle part. So here I'm just showing you guys that I just went ahead and just cut off all the bald spots, and I try to make sure I'm cutting in a jagged line. And I always, my next tip for you guys is don't just like cut it off like so after I've cut off what I could see was clearly bald spots, I try to cut the wig in an even shape. I went ahead and put the wig back onto my head to kind of see where else I need to cut because you shouldn't just cut it all blindly. You should probably stop and put on your head to make sure you're cutting it right. So I went ahead and started installing the wig as normal, and as I'm installing and gluing it down with my ebon spray, I just start to cut off any excess lace, or like basically if I see any bald spot or place that doesn't, like a piece of lace that doesn't have actually hair attached to it, I just want to cut that off. To help me pull down the lace, because now the lace is a bit shifted, I pull out the baby hairs or just the front line of hair, and I kind of use this to help me pull down my lace as an anchor to hold it down, because we can't have the wig just gently lifting on our head. But honestly, doing these steps, fixing the over bleached knots and cutting off the over pluckness, boom, bam, the wig, she's looking like nothing ever happened to her. The install must go on.
I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, I can't speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell him that I was weak.
Now, the thing with, cutting off the hairline, you're basically starting yourself off with a fresh new hairline. So I had to go in and pluck out the back of the hair because it was much thicker because the much thinner pluck parts were cut off. I was a little bit hesitant on plucking over here because after already over plucking, child, I was triggered. Like I was just trying to pluck lightly. I didn't want to do too much. So I'm just trying to pluck a little bit. It's not looking very wiggy on my head. And I do like to also make sure my elastic band is on when I'm doing this step just to help prevent lifting while I'm plucking the hair out. But once I had plucked myself a new hairline, I just went ahead and did my baby hairs as normal. And I'm just using some mousse, which I'll link down below.
I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, I can't speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell him that I was weak.
After carving out my baby hairs, I put my elastic band back on and I just started to proceed with my styling as normal. I'm using mousse as well to help me define these waves, and I just kind of brush everything out. And really, as you can see, the hair is looking brand new because it really was brand new. Like this is just the second day of me getting the hair, but but yeah, and that's kind of what I do whenever I make a mistake or mess up on my wigs, because trust me, look, girl, I overpluck, over bleach all the time. Not all the time, but quite often. and it's no big deal. There's literally, I promise you guys, there's a hack for everything. You just gotta try and learn your lesson next time.
I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, I can't speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell him that I was weak.
Here we are with the finished product. Okay, the wig is looking very laid and slayed. I decided to do a flip over part because since the lace was a bit shorter, I cut off the front. You guys want to know. But anyways, let me stop talking and rambling. I hope you found this useful, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you another one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And peace out, Girl Scouts. Goodbye.